going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back for another predicted lineup. Massive game tomorrow night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as we welcome Chelsea, or let's not say welcome because they definitely won't be welcome at the Tottenham tomorrow night. But it's a big game, 2-0 down from the first leg, obviously. Well, let's get into the predicted lineup and let's get into the injury news.
So Conte has confirmed that Romero is back very soon, but this game comes too soon for him. He continues to be out. Heung-min Son, he was talking about an injury update to him. He was asked if there's any update. He said the update is he's for sure going to be out to the international break. It was maybe before, now it's for sure. That's not great. So he's not going to be seen for the rest of this month. Steven Bergwijn is going to be back very soon, he says, but this game comes too soon for him. And the biggest loss is Eric Dyer, who continues to be out after what was said to be a minor injury, keeping him out of the game at the weekend. And did he keep him out of the game before that as well? Yeah, against Chelsea as well. So 2 games. He said that this game as well, it comes too soon for Eric Dyer, so he's going to be out. But the only good news is Romero on a nearly back, he says.
Yeah, obviously that's good news, but it blows my mind, when we've got an injury list of Romero, Heung-min Son and Eric Dyer, we're saying like Eric Dyer is the biggest loss.
He is.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's the state of the squad. We have literally no defenders. So Dyer's out, and it's a massive miss, and it's a big blow for me actually in anticipation for this game.
And with all the news surrounding Steven Bergwijn at the moment, it's interesting what he was saying about Bergwijn. He was saying, like Winks, he's one that I can trust on, how I can count on.
Yeah, he said, but Bergwijn knows how I feel about him. He said Bergwijn offers something that no other player in our squad can offer. He has different qualities to all our other attackers, and he's a player I can count on. So that's interesting, considering all the rumours and speculation surrounding his future at the moment.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out, but yeah, it's a strange one. It really is. But let's go into the predicted lineup. We're going for a 3-5-2 formation for this one. The formation that I think we should have played in the first leg. In goal is obviously going to be Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, of course. Golini didn't do himself many favours on the weekend, even though it was only against Morecambe. But obviously, Captain Hugo's always going to play, is he?
Yeah. Over to the right wing back, Doherty played in the last one. Well, so did Emerson, to be fair. Emerson was at right wing back, Doherty at left, but we're going for Emerson to keep his space for this one.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some competition in for him soon in Adama, but we're taking our sweet ass time with it. So hopefully he's got to have a big game this time, because he's been under a bit of criticism recently, understandably so. But Chelsea should have a frailty there. He should really be, taking Alonso on, and he should really be committing him and getting the better of him. Last time it was Alonso, but let's see. Hopefully in the home game, Emerson can do the business.
Let's hope so. And right centre back, we're going to go for Davinson Sanchez, who's been pretty good of late.
He has, and he's going to be the most senior centre-back in a weird way. Well, not the most senior, but the most experienced centre-back in a way.
Yeah.
So going to need him to have a big performance. He played in the centre last week. I felt like he didn't really suit him leading the line and being the main centre-back. So we're going to put him,
didn't he?
Yeah, we're going to put him back on the right for this one.
Next to him in the middle, we were thinking Joe Rodon or Japhet Tanganga. If Joe Rodon is fit and not carrying the injury like he was against Morecambe, then I think he's a shoo-in to start this one.
Yeah, seeing as he started against Morecambe, I'm assuming that he's going to be better this game. So we're going to put Rodon in. I actually think if we're not going to play Rodon, then we're better off going with a back four and going with Tanganga.
Yeah, you might be right there.
Putting extra midfielder there.
Yeah, Tanganga has had horror shows in the last 2 games. He really has. And on the left side of the back three, we're going to go for the ever-reliable Ben Davies.
Yeah, he has to play. Of course he does. And we're going to need him, not only defensively, but we're going to need him to providing that option when he goes forward like he has done. And hopefully, he didn't find many opportunities last week, but hopefully this time he can.
Yeah. So to make up the back five, left wing back, we're going to go for Sergio Reguilon.
Obviously, he missed out last week due to being rested.
Two games in a row,
but he'll come back in. Hopefully, he'll be fresh and fit. And
should be, yeah.
I'm hoping so, and maybe he can provide the difference, because that was a big avenue of success for Chelsea last week. That wing up against Doherty, Ziyech was getting a lot of joy. Hopefully, with Reguilon there, he can exploit maybe Ziyech's lack of defensive nous.
Yeah, I think they gave him an extended run in the team, looking forward and looking that we had Chelsea and Arsenal in the space of a week and Leicester a few days later. And with the energy that he puts out on the pitch, I think the rest would do him good, to be honest. So let's get into that back five one more time. Hugo Lloris in goal, Emerson right wing back, Reguilon left wing back, Davis, Rodon and Sanchez in the centre back positions. The first midfielder we're going to talk about is Oliver Skipp.
Yep. He has to play. He came off the bench weirdly enough when we needed a goal on the weekend. He brought on Skipp, so it shows maybe how much how highly he rates him and thinks of him, because he was bringing on the so-called big guns, and now Skipp is in that category. So I think I think he definitely starts.
Alongside him, we're going to go for Harry Winks.
Probably arguably our most informed player, Harry Winks. And I think he has to play. I think he has to play in this one, because we need someone who's able to, because last week it was atrocious, our ability on the ball. We weren't able to hang on to the ball for 2 seconds, let alone string 3 passes together. And we need Winks, hopefully, not only to play together in the centre, but actually progress the ball forward and maybe look for some forward runs from Lucas and Kane when given the opportunity.
Yeah, you say Winks, our most informed player, is actually spot on, but that's more says more about our squad than it does about Harry Winks, that's for sure. But the last man in the midfield three, we're going to go for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. On the back of a horror show at Stamford Bridge, we need a much better performance from him.
Yeah, he needs to make up for that. He was terrible last week. He really was. He was overrun. He was getting caught in possession. He didn't know how to deal with the situation.
And he was doing stuff in the middle of the park that you don't really associate with Pierre as well. It was a weird one.
Well, we've all known he can be sloppy, but he was getting caught on the ball so often, and he was doing some trying pirouettes which weren't coming off. Maybe he just needs some more bodies around him. Maybe he's a bit too isolated with just the 2 in the middle, and maybe with the 3. That could help him as much as the other players. So I think he'll start, because I think Conte really relies on him. He even relies on him more than Skipp, it seems. He seems the one. Whenever we need a goal or something, or whenever he's making an attacking stop, he always leaves Højbjerg on, and he takes off Skipp and makes an attacking change. So I think he sees Højbjerg as the linchpin. He must do. But
that kind of solid base.
Yeah, so he definitely starts.
So that's a midfield 3 of Skipp, Winks and Højbjerg. And then the 2 up front, they probably speak for themselves. It's going to be Lucas Moura and Harry Kane. Yeah,
that's going to be the strike partnership. They've haven't played up top together too many times. I do remember famously they did once at Old Trafford when we won 3-0. That was a rare occasion they've played up front together. So hopefully they can strike up some sort of partnership, but it's going to be difficult. Bergwijn out, Son out, Gil didn't have the best of games last week. You got Dele Alli as well on the bench, but it's not too many options when you're thinking about attacking talent compared to Chelsea,
Yeah, definitely.
There's so much more.
You've got midfielders in like Tanguy Ndombele and Giovanni Lo Celso. I know everyone knows what's happened with Ndombele at the Morecambe game, but I think our options are just too weak. I think we're going to have to rely on him at some stage before he goes. And to be honest, I don't even think he's going this window.
Yeah, at the moment, Conte didn't want to be drawn into that again in his press conference. But look, I think that's a solid team. I think it's a team that can compete. I just worry about our back line, to be honest. That's my biggest worry.
The problem is that you don't really want this team at 2-0 down. At 0-0, it's all right. But at 2-0 down...
Yeah, when you're chasing, it's not can they really get back in the game?
Yeah.
It's a difficult one. But we'll try our best. I'm sure the Spurs fans will be up for it from minute 1, and hopefully we can make it into a bit of a cauldron and put Chelsea on the back foot. But it's going to be very, very difficult, especially with the players we have missing. So we have to hope for the best. But I just think, unfortunately, I just don't know if it's there to win the game, but we'll see.
All right, so that is our predicted lineup. Let's get up for this one, Tottenham. Let's get up for this one. Let me show you that lineup one more time. It's Hugo Lloris in goal, Sanchez, Rodon and Davis in a back 3, Reguilon left wing back, Emerson right wing back, middle 3 of Skipp, Winks and Højbjerg with Kane and Lucas up front. Let's start early, guys. Let's start early. I mean, it's just been too same over since for the last few weeks now, where we just start slowly. First 20 minutes, we look lethargic. At Chelsea away, we never seem to get out of it for the whole 90 minutes. So if we can start quickly, get a goal, put Chelsea on the back foot, put some tough tackles in, just let them know you're there early, then maybe we could get something out of this game. But it's going to be a tough ask, a tall order. But I'm backing the boys. I'm going to go for, I said 2-1 to Spurs in my preview, but I'm going to go for 2-0 to Spurs and to beat them on penalties for this one. I'm feeling a bit more confident. I'm just trying to put some confidence in me. I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but what are you going for?
Unfortunately, I'm going to go 1-1, and I think we're going to be crashing out. But I hope I'm wrong. I'm desperate to be proven wrong. If Dyer was playing, I would have backed us to get a clean sheet. But without Dyer, it's going to be very difficult. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet, and we're going to need to if we're going to go through. So I'm going 1-1, but I'm hoping to be proved wrong.
All right. Well, that is our predicted lineup. That is our predicted scorelines. I want to know your predicted lineup and scorelines in the comments section below. And I want to know your thoughts on our predicted lineup as well. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.